Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at Thomasville Flea Market, York, Pennsylvania. Actually, it's outside of York, Pennsylvania. It's Morning Star. Now, I guess they're changing the name to Morning Sun. I want to show you today what me and my son are actually doing now. That's why we haven't been making videos, but we got a Hot Wheels store, Hot Wheels shop. I'm going to kind of walk. I hope I don't make everybody dizzy. I don't want to make the video real long so I don't waste your time. But if you want, come out, check us out if you're into this kind of stuff. Excuse the squeaking. That's part of a boot that I'm wearing behind surgery. But first off here, we have fantasy cars that are just put out for the children or whatnot. They're $1.50 cars each, or 4 for $5. And like I said, they're just basically the fantasy cars. We put them outside, try to keep them away. That way the kids can come over and get their attention. Right now we happen to have a whole bunch of Hess Trucks and just gas trucks, period. We're selling all of them $5 each. Some are unopened and some are opened and whatnot. So you come over. If you ask us, we have no problems with you taking and opening the box to make sure everything's good. But $5 each on our trucks. We have a track here that is one of the wall tracks, and it's $30. When it comes to the old Lesnies and old matchbox that we pick up, the wheel's still good on them, everything's good, but there's people out there that don't mind customizing or redoing them and restoring them. So we're only asking $2 each on these. If you buy a couple, we can work a deal. Miscellaneous Hot Wheels and tracks. Box of just whatever. Like there's a Mario Kart kind of newer playset in there, but it's missing a couple pieces. But for $10 for the whole box. Here's a Cars playset. I think there's 3 different playsets in there, but they're not quite whole. I think there's a couple little signs and things like that missing, but for $10 for the whole box, you can't beat it. One of the things that we do here is we have fill a bag for $5 or 50 cents each. We use quart-sized bags. You can get about 15 cars in the bag. We put them up. Most of the cars are pretty decent, still able to be played with. It's the cars that really, we just put it up and leave it go at 50 cents or fill a bag. You're getting them for probably about 30 cents a piece if you fill the bag. Once the cars start to get a little bit bad, as far as all the good ones get picked out and whatnot, we lower the price to $4, $3. We go down to 2, and then 1 that gets rid of the China cars, and they're no-name brand cars, but all the cars do have wheels. Over here we have a Paw Patrol table. So we don't normally have Paw Patrols, but we ended up picking up a lot of them. So just kind of filtering these out. Over here we have a monster truck playset. You get both playsets there for $15, and it does have sound. Then you have a Hot Wheels plate truck right there for $10. And you have the Shark Attack and a little fire station that all comes for $10. Got a $100 or a 100 car case for $10. And you have this little playset for $5. But let's get into where the main part of the store is. And this is what most of the Hot Wheels community seems to like since we've opened it. I wish I could do a full advertisement, but I don't want to take too long. We don't have any doubles, or we try not to have any doubles in the building. To kind of give you an example, I'm going to filter through some of the cars here so that you can see that they're different. These are all pretty much the car culture. Premium line cars. I mean, you see some M2s down there, some premier matchbox cars. A lot of times we get the movie type cars, we put them in there. We do have some Diecast Trucks, the old nylon Diecast that are still in box. Not quite super old, but 80s and 90s. Some of them might be from the 70s. We do have some that aren't all out. We can't get everything out that we have, and we try not to promise anybody anything, so we just ask that you come back, because we just have so much stuff. And like on these haulers, there's just multiple haulers, and they're all different. So our prices are all marked on the back of each of the cars. Like I said, these are more the premium. So like this one's $8. It's a Johnny Lightning, Frightening Lightning. With it being a Halloween, my son likes to put all the stuff out that's Halloween towards this time of year. As you walk around the back side of that display after you come in, you're going to find yourself looking at some super treasure hunts. Now on the supers, you have to excuse my phone for the blurriness, and I'm not going to go real slow because I don't want to hold up too much more of the video. But you see all the supers that are there. They range in price from $5 to more of the $60 range or whatever. We do have diecast cars, 1/18th, 1/24th. We have 1/34th. And we have the 1/43rd. Obviously the 1/64th scale. But on the back side over here, we also have some cheaper cars. They're not really cheaper. I say cheaper because these are more for kids, with the actual play sets for cars and some of the, I guess, fantasy trucks, I guess you call them. When you come over here, you're going to have all your Hot Wheels. We don't separate Hot Wheels and Matchbox. We kind of just blend them together. The cars range from anywhere from 40 years old. We have some that are still on card from the 80s. We have cars that are from modern day. We take trades. So when people come into the store, if you want to trade, we can trade cars. We don't do an even trade, obviously, because we have to make some money. But if you're not happy with the trade, you don't have to do it. A lot of people take advantage of that. As you can see, we have no problems getting new inventory. Up here in the rafters, when you're in, you kind of want to look at the rafter to see what we might have. We don't always have NASCAR, but when we do get them, I try to make them $5, $10 so that they get out of the store. We're not a big on the NASCAR stuff. You have yesteryear model cars up in the rafters. Like I said, I'm sorry, and I do apologize for any motion sickness that it might cause. We keep the cars broken down as far as this would be your Chevy section, and then you come up across and it comes to your Chevy trucks. Let's say right here where your Chevy trucks are, you have the different things here, different kinds of trucks. Same way with here. There's the Beast, Matchbox. Like I said, they're not identified according to the year they're made. They're just tried to break them down into categories as to what the vehicles are. So if you're into Volkswagen, you can go right to the Volkswagen section. If you're into Chargers, you can go to Chargers. And then we have display cases with loose cars, like this one for $3 each of the cars. This case here this morning's putting off a real bad reflection. I don't know how to cut that down. This is a $4 case. And in that $4 case, there's 164 different cars. I'll try to get close enough that you can see what's in there and get an idea. But I'm kind of go fast and then slow down so you can see some. You really have to come to the store to get an idea of what's here. But all those cars are $4 each. You have 5 packs here. You have 5 packs over there. They're all different 5 packs. Some of them are really old. When I say really, I'm talking 20, 30 years old. And to some people, the younger generation, that is pretty old. But we have another case with $5 cars. As you can see, those cars are in really nice shape. There's some nicks and scratches on them and whatnot, but they're Some of them are pristine, but for the most part, they're by no means perfect rate blister pulls, but they're better than your average. But for $5 each, definitely a nice collection to anybody's, or an addition to anybody's collection. And here's another $5 case. Now, a lot of these cars we come by, we pull them out of, like there's a lot of Johnny Lightnings in here, and some racing with the real rider tires. They're $5 each. They're blister pulls, like a lot of those 57 Chevys, 55 Chevys. A lot of those came out of Johnny Lightning packs. They're right from the pack. The reason why they're pulled out is because the packs were either yellow, damaged, creased, and the cars were beautiful, so we pulled them to sell them a little bit better out of pack. In packs, they would be worth a little bit more, well, quite a bit, but not in the condition they were. So we have some color changers. All the color changers here are $6 each. There's some older ones in there. We have a whole JDM section. Seems to be the biggest part of the store that gets hit all the way over and through is JDM, 3 to 4 cars deep. Kind of give you an idea of the price range of the cars. I don't know the prices offhand. Here's a prime example of a car, $4, and that includes the protector. Now, if you didn't want to pay $4 for that car, you could get it for $3. Just take it out. Well, I keep the protector and we'll knock off $1. But then you have other cars here that range a little bit different in price. They are a little bit older. I'm taking notice right here, right now, of a Supra that's here. It's one of the harder to find cars. Now that one there's $15 for that. So card looks almost mint. Might be a little bit of a crease up there. I don't think it is. I think it's just the way the card is. But for $15, that's a good price, because that car usually sells for $17 up to about $26, if my memory serves. Here's a $6 case with some cars. I'm going to kind of get going pretty quick over to our older car area. I've taken up 12 minutes. That's a little bit longer than I wanted to start off the video, but it's just too much to talk about in just a few minutes. If you want to come make your own video, feel free, come over and make your own video. We encourage people to come in and tell their friends. If you have any questions, anything you're looking for, please come ask us. There's green lights. We have some green lights here. You have M2s right in here. And as you can see, they're 2-3 deep on the M2 section. More Johnny Lightning cars. Some of the old matchbox. And this is behind where we usually sit. And then here would be all treasure hunts. These are all our treasure hunt section, except for those ones up there. Obviously, they're not treasure hunts. They're reproduction red lines. But we do have all different kinds of treasure hunts. Some are older, some are newer. One of the newer ones that we had come in the shop the other day was this one. And some of our customers go out and they find different trades. They'll find multiples, some of the harder ones, and then they'll bring them in and trade them up. This case here is our most expensive case. As you see down here on the bottom, where I'm pointing, those two are Sizzlers. Those two there are the only Sizzlers we do have right now, but there's a lot of black walls in really nice shape. A lot of those are blister pulls, or at least close to it. Or some of them have flea bites, but if they weren't that way, they would be worth a lot more, but they're all $10 cars. When you come up midway into the case, you start getting into some Lesnies. There's an old Tamika there. And these cars aren't all that expensive. Like this wagon right here, $8. But obviously, these are not all $8. Like I say, they're individually priced. And then you have red lines. And we do work with people. I mean, if there's something you think's overpriced, if you tell us where you're coming up with your price, and we'll tell you where we're coming from ours. And if we agree with you, we don't have a problem lowering the price. However, we're not here to haggle too much. The prices are pretty low. You can't find them any lower, at least we can't. But like I said, if you can show us where they're cheaper, we don't have a problem matching the price, with the exception of buy it nows. But I'm going to end off the video here, and just to kind of give you real quick, I'm going to show you through the store. I caught my son there. He's the owner of the shop, but just kind of giving you the size of the store real quick.